uploaded this one from the internet.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
That's awesome.
All right. So let's go, guys.
Let's get it.
All right, are we recording?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Let me see if I can get this Cold World. Okay, this is pretty dope.
Oh, nice. Cool world.
Yeah, I thought it was fitting, especially with everything going on. Gotta reminisce on the good times. I also got my spring training hat, James.
I respect that. I respect that 1,000%. So, guys, welcome to the first ever 5-man extravaganza podcast called The Roundtable, where we are combined with the podcast that Nathan does, G&T Sports Talk, and the Sports Dudes. So how's everyone doing?
Hold up. What are we going to say with Sports Dudes and G&T meets Nate the Great? Isn't that what we were calling it?
Yes. Sports Dudes and G&T meet Nate the Great. So this is going to be a big time collaboration. So, guys, let's start with the MLB. Obviously, Julian, you've been following the MLB. You've been seeing all the reports with Heyman going on and the Players Association. Ultimately, what it comes down to, will we have an MLB season?
Yes, I still believe we're going to have one. Austin Hedges gave me a lot of hope today. He said that the players and owners have been talking a lot in the 48 hours and they've made real progress. I don't know exactly what that means or like how close they actually are, but it's good to know that the sides are talking. Also, Andy Martino stated the industry belief is still that we're going to figure this thing out. And he said that the owners know that 50-50 deal isn't going to fly. They're trying to figure out a better deal, and they haven't yet. That's what we're still waiting for.
Nick, your thoughts?
I think we're going to have some type of season. Obviously, 82 games is not what anybody wants. It's basically going to be, 50 to 54 games to win the division. That sucks. I mean, it's good for the Yankees and Cole. He's going to have, even if they make a far postseason run, he's going to have about 16 starts less than he would have. So that's fantastic. And you just got to make adjustments. It's just for 1 year. So people just got to stop complaining and just realize this is not forever. It's just 2020 season.
Nathan, your thoughts?
My thoughts. We just need baseball back. That's my opinion, and I think they're gonna go with probably 82 games or 85 games. I don't see 100, but depending how long this goes, obviously. And I had I had Keith McPherson on yesterday in my podcast, and he said he doesn't see baseball going all the way to November. He says. So I think the only way this has to be shortened is 82 to 85 games, and the 100 game limit will go obviously right to probably December So I think they need to cut it down to 82. But all we need is we just need baseball back in any shape or form. So,
Yep. Bobby, jump in.
We're gonna definitely have a season, absolutely. In my opinion, I think 100 games is something that we all really, really want and was hoping for. Obviously, that's not going to happen. 82, 85 games, I'm fine with. And I said that when Julian and I were on with Keith last week, anything that gets us baseball back, I'm all for.
Right.
Anything that gets us America's pastime back, I'm all for it. During these times, we need hope. Baseball is something that will give us hope. Baseball fans all around, including Julian with his Yankee background up there, is definitely we're all hoping for this. This is something we're very passionate about. This is what brought us all together is baseball. So the one thing I feel is it will get done. I know there's been a lot of, questions about it, but I do think that they'll come to a compromise and there will be a season. Absolutely.
Obviously, guys, there has been we're all in agreement that baseball is gonna come back. And when baseball returns, there's obviously 3 teams that's gonna be under the most pressure between the Yankees, the Astros, and the Dodgers. Right. So if you had to guess between those 3 teams, which one of those 3 teams has to win this year? Bobby, we'll start with you.
Has to win this year. I feel it's us. I really do. I think we look at our lineup, look at getting Garrett Cole. I think this is all in this year. We signed Garrett Cole. We needed an ace, and we got the best pitcher in baseball, in my opinion. I think that this year is our year. No matter how many games we play, I think it's our year. Hopefully the injuries to Aaron Judge, it all works out. But also, I think with the Astros, everything that happened, I want to see how they play after all the sign stealing scandal. I want it because literally maybe they like we all said, and we don't need. I'm not going to get into it. Is they didn't need to steal signs, and they were still the best team and one of the best teams in baseball. I want to see now, after all this controversy, how they play because honestly, in my opinion, all eyes are on them this year, in my opinion. But for me, I think with everything the Yankees have done, our lineup is stacked. Our bullpen is the best in baseball. There's no bullpen that compares. And our starting pitching got a hell of a lot better with Garrett Cole.
Nick, your thoughts?
I'll say it's a tie between the Yankees and Astros. The Dodgers are kind of in the 2016 Yankee window. Mm-hmm. They got a lot of their young players on the team. So other than Kershaw needing to win now, they really don't have much pressure.
You have Mookie Betts for a year. That's the only thing.
Yankees are kind of, they need to win because you never know who they can possibly sign with all their young players. Eventually going to have contracts in the next 2 years. So they have to win with Cole, especially because Cole's first 4 years is major important. Who knows what that back end is going to be like?
Julian, same question.
All right, I could actually slice this a few different ways, but it's all on us, basically. I'm looking at us first because we haven't won in 10 years. We have the Garrett Cole deal. Astros, I agree. They're going to have a lot of heat on them, but that heat's going to be off because there's no fans anymore, and you can't even fight, so it's not going to be as hard as we thought it was going to be for them. So the Dodgers, I think, low-key are being slept on here because they only have Mookie Betts for a season, potentially. They don't want to waste the 1 year with Betts, and they've already wasted half of it. And they've been to the World Series in 17 and 18. They haven't got it done. When are they going to deliver? But it's still us over them because we signed Cole. We pay him over $300 million. He's the ace now. We have everything we need. What else are we looking for? And the other thing that's very interesting here, there might not be trades this year. So you might be locked in with what you have.
Good point. Nathan, same question.
Yeah, I say the Yankees definitely need to win this year, and same. I agree with Bobby and Julian and obviously all you and Nick that we signed Garrett Cole, and Garrett Cole will put us over the top. And I think, and we had the best bullpen, obviously the best offensive in the AL. And then I put the Dodgers second because obviously Mookie Betts is there for 1 year, and he can potentially leave after this year. And I feel like the Yankees, Dodgers, I want to see that World Series happen.
Oh, hell yeah!
I think
absolutely.
We all do. Hell yeah, absolutely.
I think it's gonna be Yankees, Dodgers, and forget about the Astros. The Astros are taking a step back. I don't care about them, man. The Astros, they need to learn. They deserve to get booed or whatever. But it's between the Yankees and Dodgers. So
I'm going to agree with all you guys. I really think it's the Yankees because when you sign Garrett Cole, the pressure is on now. Like Nick just says, you're getting 4 prime years of Garrett Cole. So the guy's in his prime. So you got to deliver. And this year now, especially, it's 82 games. The guys are going to be coming back more healthy. The Yankees are going to be as healthy as now as they ever been. So you don't have to worry about the injury bug. And Julian, you and I were in Florida. You saw strides of J-Hap taking some strides, making good progress. Yep. So even though they don't have Severino for this year, Hicks is going to be coming back. So you'll have depth now because you'll have that taxi squad coming in. So I really think that this year is the Yankees got to win this year. You got to take advantage of Cole's window right now. So I'm gonna flip it to this. A team that we're not talking about that could be a surprise. I know Julian's gonna say the Reds. So Bobby, what's your team? Julian's gonna die on the Reds hill, so we don't have to ask Julian. But Bobby, which one of the team not named the Yankees, Astros, and Dodgers could make a surprise one that we're not talking about?
You know what? I'm not trying to copy Julian, but he sold me on the Reds, and you know what? I do agree that they're going to be a very, very good team. Julian sold me on this. At first, I didn't believe it, and he sat me down and literally explained it, just how underrated this team could be. They could be sneaky, and definitely the Reds. And I played with if you play with them on the show, they're actually really good.
I have. They're a pretty good team.
So definitely,
they just have to go out and do it.
Yeah.
But Nick, which underrated team that we're not talking about other than the Yankees, Astros, and Dodgers?
I mean, they're not underrated, but I'll say the Braves. They have
Okay,
a
yeah,
really
I
good
like that.
offense.
Yeah.
They have really good starters. Their bullpen is okay, so that they need to be better at. But between Acuna and Fultonevich and Albies and Freeman, who is probably the best underrated first baseman in the majors, I think that they'll be a threat. And for the AL, I would say I can't knock out the Indians.
I would
Okay.
probably
That's a good
I
one.
would probably go the Braves, same as Nick. I think the Braves they're so talented, especially with Acuna Jr. I know they're not underrated. They won the division last year, but that team is just too talented to be slept on. And a team in the American League that I think people need to slowly start to pay attention to. I know they're not going to be much this year, but once they get the correct pitching, it's the Toronto Blue Jays. Once that team gets the pitching, they
Okay.
got the offense.
Okay.
Really
They're
good
not
one.
gonna
I
do
like
much,
that.
but they'll give teams some problems offensively. Like I don't see them making the playoffs, but you give them some solid pitching, that team window's gonna start to open, especially with Bo Bichette. You got Vlad Jr. going on. You got Gurriel Jr. Those guys can hit. They're professional hitters. I think the Blue Jays are a team to keep an eye on. Nathan, same question.
All right, in the NL, I'm gonna say the Padres.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
Because here's the thing, they had the offense to compete in the NL West, and I feel like obviously they're not gonna compete with the Dodgers, but I feel like they can compete for a wild card spot. in the NL
Especially
West.
this year, it's wide
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, so I think they have the pitching. I think that they have young pitching with Braddock, Baddock. And then the offense is there too. So I feel like they're a team. And then for the AL, I'm gonna say the White Sox because
I
I like that.
because
Oh, White Sox. All right.
because they got Dallas Keuchel, Michael Kopech coming on the way, and the offense is there also. And I think they improved this offseason, getting that catcher Gondel. So I feel like they're a team to watch.
Absolutely.
Now, which MLB team is going to likely disappoint this year? I will say for me will be the New York Mets, not just because they don't have Syndergaard, is because offensively speaking, they have good pieces, but in that NL East is so tough. I don't think the Mets are going to be a team, even though there are teams that I said that because me and Nick talked about this before on our other show that they could be a team that could make a surprise run, but they can also be a team that could be disappointed because DeGrom is great, but after that, I mean, Stroman, Matz, their bullpen is okay. They're still not that good. So the Mets could either make a surprise one, but I think ultimately they're probably going to disappoint. Julian, toss it back to you.
Okay, so I agree with you with the Mets a little bit, but I'm going to give you a different answer because here's another thing with the Mets. There's no Syndergaard. People forgetting that. He's done for the year. You just mentioned that they don't have much behind DeGrom, so you're not forgetting, obviously. But I know some definitely have through this pandemic, I'm sure. But my disappointment team is the Cubs. I just don't see it with them.
Oh,
I
wow.
just don't like the pitching staff, really. I mean, the offense is still there, but it's just not – I feel like the Cubs window, it's just not there for them anymore. I think they're the fourth best team in the division, honestly.
Wow,
Nick.
That's a surprise right there.
Nick, most disappointing team.
Twins.
Why?
Basically they just have offense. So I mean they're gonna hit maybe 10 home runs, 175. Other than Barrios and the Uber driver, they're not that good, man. It's just all offense. That's all it is.
Nathan, most disappointing team.
I got to go with the Boston Red Sox because because they lost Mookie Betts to the Dodgers and David Price, and I feel like they're heading into a different direction.
Sale's out for the year too. No Sale.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna take a step down. So.
Bobby.
I actually was gonna say the Cubs too. I'm actually really big on the Cubs too. After they won the World Series, I always kind of watched them from afar, and they're just really falling from grace. They're just not a good team anymore. You never know what they're going to do. There's talks about them getting rid of Chris Bryant. You never know what's going to happen. I think that signing of Yu Darvish for them was absolutely terrible.
That was
And
atrocious.
It was
that was
one of the
terrible.
worst contracts I've ever seen.
Awful.
And it's
Sale, too.
Yeah.
it's a real shame for the Cubs, but yeah, definitely they are a team that I don't think will be very good once the season starts up.
If you think about it, John Lester is getting up there in age, so
Yep.
you don't
Exactly, too, yeah.
You don't know what he's gonna. You don't know what he's gonna be next year. So
Yeah, the Cubs have no elite pitcher that stands out at you. That's the problem. They have a collection of 2s and 3s at best, and they don't have anyone you could say, "Give me, take this ball, pitch 7 innings, strike out 10 plus, get me into the 8th." They don't have anyone like that.
Now, sticking with MLB, this is obviously all of us here are all Yankees fans. So we all know that the injury bug has been very detrimental to us, and we've seen how bad it is. Now, here's the question. I've asked this so many times. I know Nathan has asked this, and sticking with Aaron Judge, do you guys truly believe Judge is going to come back this season fully healthy? Julian, I'm going to kick it to you.
Okay, so here's the thing with this. I've been saying this for a while now. He's not going to be ready July 1st. I'm just telling you guys now. Like, they can say whatever they want. They keep doing this. It keeps being more time. He's not going to be ready if and when the season resumes. Now, will he be fully healthy? I hope so. By the time they brought him back in there, because I do believe he'll play this season. I don't know exactly how long, maybe a month or so, maybe late July, maybe early August, maybe September, worst case. But I do think he'll be fully healthy when they put him out there. They're not going to rush him back out there. But can he maintain that? I honestly can't tell you, and that's a scary thing right now.
Nick, your thoughts?
Well, the smartest thing that they should do is just not play him at all this year, but you know they're not going to do that. They're going to try until it gets worse. Then he's eventually going to have surgery. So the Yankees should be fine July, August, and September without Aaron Judge. If they need Aaron Judge, that's a problem. So as long as he's ready to play at least 15 regular season games and then be ready for the postseason, we can be fine with Talkman, Hicks,
Stanton,
Frazier.
it's Clint Frazier in the outfield. They'll be fine with that.
And Duar too. Nathan, same question. Judge.
Aaron. Here's the thing. It depends on how long. Obviously, on how long this goes. But I agree with Julian. So I feel like he's not going to be back in July, and I think that he needs to be fully 100%. He needs to rehab carefully here because that injury is something serious. So if he comes back early, I don't want it to be like a situation where he's out for another year. So I feel like Judge, he needs to rehab carefully, and I agree with Julian. I think he needs to take precaution and be back whenever he's ready. So
Bobby,
I think
toss it back to you.
Absolutely. I think the Yankees will be smart with Aaron Judge. I think the problem is with Aaron Judge, unfortunately, the injury bug seems to bite him quite a bit. So, unfortunately, I think that he will not start the season with us. And I think later on in the year when we really need him, he'll come back. I think when he comes back, he'll be fresh, ready to go. And when you need him the most, I think that's when he plays the best, is when you need him the most. Now, our line,
So what's going on with the audio, bro? You're cutting in and out.
No, I'm good.
I can hear it.
Continue.
No, they're good, but they're
No, they're good. Continue.
Okay, so thank God that our lineup is so stacked right now.
Oh, well, yeah, well, it's fine now, but you should be good. But continue, man. Continue.
Okay. So thank God that our lineup is so stacked that right now I think that we can be okay without Aaron Judge at the moment. But later on in the year, I think it's essential that we need him. I really do. But having Stanton back and having him healthy without Judge, that's a big sigh of relief for us, in my opinion.
I think the same thing, too.
I've literally put together a million different lineups. I've looked at the 30-man. If you guys want to talk about how you think the lineup should look without Judge, or who you think the final roster spots will be? I don't know if that interests you guys.
In a bit,
Good
because
question.
in a bit, but I want to get into more football, and I want to talk to
Oh,
specifically Bobby and Nick about their Patriots.
oh, here
Now,
we go.
obviously-
I was waiting for it.
No, hold on.
To continue the baseball before the football.
Yes, we'll continue the baseball in a bit, but I want to get into the football, specifically about you guys' Patriots. And this is the biggest question that I've had to ask both of you. Obviously, there's no Tom Brady. Obviously, you guys lost a lot of key players. Now you're going to this season, you're unknown. Do you guys trust that Bill Belichick is going to put you guys in a good position to actually compete? Because the Bills are coming. The Bills are coming.
Nick, you want to go first?
Start.
Sure. I've been being really realistic about this, and James is just a bad guy for bringing it up. Like he keeps talking about the Patriots' potential downfall, like the Giants has done anything in the past 5 years. So he really needs to relax about that. Obviously they have Jarrett Stidham. Obviously, if anybody thinks the Patriots are going to go 12-2 plus, you're out of your mind. It's not going to happen. Most likely 6-10 or 5-11. If it's anything over than that, that means the defense is playing so good that they're only giving up 10 points a game. So let's just say the Patriots were to get 6 wins. 3 of them or 4 of them is probably on their defense. I mean, Julian is obviously going to get a little happy, but it's no coincidence that Jarrett Stidham's only real pass was a pick six to Jamal Adams.
Hey, let's get it.
Second appearance, it was all handoff and a kneel. They didn't even let him throw the ball. So it goes to show you a lot. Obviously, they're going to have to most likely trade Joe Tooney just for cap wise, and that sucks too. But why have a good guard for it and have no good quarterback? So I feel bad for Julian Edelman. He doesn't deserve it.
Yes, he does.
Who knows what they're going to do with Sanu? They probably cut him. They just got to grow the receivers, and hopefully the tight ends they got was good. Hopefully the McCourties don't retire in the middle of the season. That's how bad it's going to be. If Edelman has any kind of injury by week 9, he's gonna sit for the rest of the year. It's just how it's gonna happen. So we'll see who the real Patriot fans are. Obviously, me and Bobby are here despite Han's efforts, to try
He
to
tried.
give.
He really did try.
I did hear that.
But it's just gonna be a horrible year, and the Jets fans just have to know this is your shot. If you can't win in a window of Jarrett Stidham, and is the quarterback of the Patriots, then the Jets will never ever hoist another AFC title.
Bro. Okay, so while you're talking about that, the Jets have the best quarterback in the AFC East. I don't care what anyone says.
Bobby, flip it back to you. Your rebut.
Stephon Gilmore is the best in the NFL.
Bob,
Yes, he is.
He actually is. He is. Bobby.
Yes, he is. So, listen, obviously not having the GOAT with us anymore has been a gut punch to Patriots Nation, including myself. Julian was there firsthand to see how it affected me personally. But the one thing, listen, everything Nick said, he's right. I'm a realist too. This season's not going to be good. I understand that. And at first it was hard to accept. But right now, as a Patriots fan, a diehard, a guy who has a Patriots tattoo on his arm,
Yes, he does.
I'm riding with this team no matter what. I knew this. I say this all the time. Everyone who asks me this, because I still get people ask me, I knew this day. Patriots fans knew Brady was going to go, but he left 2 years too early. He was going to retire. We would have to prepare. We just have to adjust. And the one thing with Bill Belichick, I think this year, I think he really messed up with the cap situation. I think that he should have went all in and tried to get more offensive weapons.
Yeah.
Damiere Byrd, at first, I was not sold on it. He's got speed. He's okay. Oh, okay. I'm very excited to see what N'Keal Harry's got because I, for one, Julian and I last year were at training camp last year, and Jarrett Stidham and N'Keal Harry were inseparable. The two of them throwing to Stidham throwing to N'Keal Harry was going on all day, and he was picking them apart. The one thing with Jarrett Stidham, in my opinion, the Patriots should have either one, traded up in the draft to go get a quarterback, or two, sign someone like Cam Newton. I advocated for it. It makes too much sense.
Nick's been saying the same thing. Nick has been saying the exact same thing.
It makes too much sense. And the fact that it has not happened, it does anger me. But the one thing I did, and for those of you who I'm sure all of us did, saw my article about Jarrett Stidham that I wrote yesterday. The one thing that I think is a bit premature is a lot of people judge him on that pick six he threw to Jamal Adams in garbage time. It was a bad throw. I get it. It was a terrible read. And I'm the one last year who threw my remote in frustration after that. And look, this is the path Bill Belichick has chosen. And in my article, I'll say this, how I ended my article. Patriots fans and everybody, we can't ask Jarrett Stidham to be the next Tom Brady because there will never be anybody like Tom Brady. We have to ask him to be the first Jarrett Stidham. Don't turn the ball over. Be smart. Gilmore has praised him. Burkhead has praised him. I know they're teammates, and you have to do that. But Gilmore even went out of his way and said that, in practice he was throwing them in tight windows where they were shocked that he was doing that. And Burkhead said this week, too, that Jarrett Stidham picked up the Patriots' offense faster than anyone he's seen because the Patriots' offense is so unorthodox, and it's hard. Reggie Wayne couldn't get it. Chad Ochocinco couldn't get it. So many players could not get the Patriots' offense, and he picked it up like this. I'm optimistic. My opinion, I think, Nick, brother, you are absolutely right. 5-11, 6-10. My ceiling is 7-9, in my opinion. I really do. I'm a realist. This year's going to not be a good year. I look forward to 2021, where the Patriots have over $100 million in cap space. They have the
Giants. Same as the Giants.
Yep, same with the Giants, and we both will be big spenders, believe me.
Oh yeah.
So
you wanna know a solution for you guys? Tank for Trevor Lawrence. There you go.
They're not taking for Trevor Lawrence.
They're not taking for Trevor Lawrence. Don't give them any ideas.
Listen.
Do you value me as a person? Because if they get Trevor Lawrence, you will not hear from me ever again.
Okay, listen. All right, listen to me.
All right, fine. No, I'll take that back.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Guys.
Back to Bobby.
Todd.
Time out. Back to Bobby.
Oh, I love this. This is real round table right here. I love it. Okay, so here's the thing. If the Patriots start out 1-5, I will be one personally to say go tank for Trevor. But in my opinion, the word tank does not go in the Patriots vocabulary.
No,
Belichick is not. That is not even in his thoughts right now. If we start out, and our schedule is the toughest in football. It is. Straight to schedule.
Definitely.
And the second is the New York Jets.
Hey.
Which I'll get to in a bit.
Yep.
Finish your thoughts.
So the one thing I'll say, and sorry guys that I'm rambling on about this. I've been waiting to talk about this for a while, but
I know.
Good.
So with this is we have to ride with what we have. We made our bet. The Patriots made their bet. Now they got to sleep in it. This is what we have to do. This is the cards we were dealt. Tom Brady decided to leave. And I said this too. Tom Brady's gone. He's not coming back until he signs a one-day contract to retire a Patriot. He right now, all we could do is thank him for everything he's done. And I wish him well, except when he plays the Patriots. Then you'll hear me.
Nick says the exact same thing too.
And the one thing I'll say this to everybody here. Next year in 2021, when the Patriots play the Buccaneers, that will be the first time you hear me say to everyone, I want Tom Brady knocked down every single play. Go get him. Every time, if you watch football games with me, I always say on defense, go get him, go get him. You'll hear me screaming that. Go. So it's that's one thing. You'll hear me go off on Brady. You'll hear me. I'm not going to bash the guy, but I'll do some trash talking against him and all that. But and I'll tell you this, the Patriots right now, in that division are the Bills look good. The Dolphins made strides. The Jets have done good things on offense, fixing that O-line.
Hey.
And here's what I'm going to say this. I'm a realist by any means. That I am not a Jets fan at all. I'm a realist. Sam Darnold has never had an offensive line. He's never had legitimate weapons. Robbie Anderson's his only legitimate, and Herndon. Now you got him. I'm sorry. What's up?
Sorry to cut you off, but I was going to say the Jets now have a legitimate offensive line, and they have Denzel Mims. Watch out for Denzel Mims. He's going to be
good. He's good.
Underrated.
Yes, baby.
He's an underrated receiver. I'm surprised he got passed on by a lot of teams, and this guy, he can flat out play. So watch out for Denzel Mims. And then I'll also the other thing I'm going to say here, Sam Darnold has no excuse now.
Yes, agreed. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Actually, I have one for him.
Now you led me to my Jets question. Julian, you are one of the biggest Jets fans I know. This is probably the biggest window you have. You got the franchise quarterback. You're finally getting the offensive line. You have a nice running back in Le'Veon Bell. You got some weapons. Could this be the year that the Jets make strides and compete for the AFC East crown with the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah, I mean, everything has to fall into favor. I mean, we have some good things going. I'm a little concerned about the wide receivers. I mean, Mims is a great addition. I love him. And Bobby, so I was going crazy for him when we drafted him. I wanted us to draft him before the draft even started. I thought he was a first rounder. I couldn't believe we traded back and still got him. Now it's fascinating to me. And I'm really thrilled about that still. The line is better, but it's not perfect. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They still need a lot of work up front, but it's 10 times better than what we saw last season. I wouldn't mind them signing Wofford, honestly, from the Saints.
I said that. Once he got cut, I said Jets, it makes too much sense for the Jets not to get him. That would be the icing on the cake for the Jets if they got Wofford, definitely.
But I think overall, the one thing that's going to limit us is Gase, and that's my biggest concern is Adam Gase and his play calling, because he can take a good situation and make it look shitty. He can mismanage Le'Veon Bell and give Frank Gore the ball at the wrong time. Like, we've seen him do stuff like this before. And he needs to get his head out of his ass, and he needs to start coaching.
Yep. And now, Nathan, I'm going to throw this to you. Nathan's a big-time Dallas Cowboy fan.
There you go, Nathan.
So now, Nathan, here's my question to you. You had a great draft. You got rid of Jason Garrett. You now have Mike McCarthy. Dak, even though he hasn't signed, he's likely going to play this year, whether it's on the exclusive tag or a contract, who knows. Is this the year the Cowboys make it to at least an NFC Championship game this year? You haven't made one in over 20-plus years. You've been close. You haven't been there. Nathan, is this the year the Cowboys shut all the haters up?
100% yes, and we're going to shut Stephen A. Smith's mouth up now too.
Oh, there you go.
So I believe that we have a talented team now, new head coach, new regime. We have a new whole coaching staff that he put up, and I love what he did with the coaching staff because John Fossil, man, this guy, we have a special teams coordinator now, legitimate special teams coordinator now from the Rams. And the Cowboys love special teams players, so I feel like we're gonna have a better all-around special teams. Our defense will be much better. We had a great offseason, great draft, as you said. CeeDee Lamb, he's gonna be a next Hopkins, in my opinion, in the future. And Dak Prescott has no excuse now. Let's sign that man and let's get it rolling. So that's it.
I agree. I think all of us here are very confident in our football teams. So we're gonna flip this back over in the baseball side, and I gotta ask this, Julian. What is the big sticking point that the MLB players and the owners are coming? Like, what are the big sticking points that they have to overcome?
Okay, well, Joel Sherman just wrote an article about, and now this thing's getting really ugly. Like, I'm not gonna say you can lie. Like, it's getting petty between both sides. You have the MLB putting stuff out like the players should have agreed to the statement the owners previously made in March, and you have the players saying they can't take more from us. It's just a really big grudge match right now. It's all about money, dude. It's really about money. And the players aren't going to split the revenue. They need to get more than that. The owners need to open up the books. They don't know how much money they're really working with. People don't believe the figures that they're going to actually lose money if the season happens. I know some teams will lose money. It's a fact. But I think that the players are having a hard time believing it's as much as the owners are claiming. I think that's part of the issue also.
So at the end of the day, how will the players and the owners, Julian, work out their issues? Because if it's about money, what are your ideas that the players and the owners can agree upon?
Okay, I've been trying to think about this for a while, and it's really hard because I don't have like concrete numbers in front of me. But I would say at least you have to give the players 60-40 revenue, at least, to get them at least thinking about entertaining the offer. You have to 50-50 is not going to work. I don't know exactly how much of a difference the 50 to 60% is, but the players need to understand they can't get their full salaries. They're not playing the full season. I don't care what risk they're taking. They're not getting their full salaries.
That's a fact. And I think people miss this, and not just baseball, but if you look at the same thing with, well, except for with hockey and basketball, they play at least 70% of their season. So they'll probably prorate their salaries. They're going to prorate their salaries into next year. But for baseball players, you need to understand that you're not getting your full salary. So you're going to have to find a way to come in the middle.
They can defer it, like you said, maybe put some of it into later years to make up for it and get creative. They were saying they could do something like that with the TV deals. The owners could defer certain things too. Like that's, you're onto something right there. That might be our ultimate solution. You're going to have to defer some payments and give them a decent chunk this year, a little more than you're offering now, and defer some of it for later on.
Also,
what do you think?
I think regardless, the owners are gonna win. Even if the players get more than enough this year, next year, if owners have to cut 40% of the payroll, they will. Now, if you're a star free agent like Mookie Betts, you're still most likely gonna get a big contract. But what about the middle of the role player? Or what if now because the team cut their payroll, what if they have to get rid of a guy that they don't want to get rid of? So people just have to understand, which is why Blake Snell's comments was kind of out of line.
Yeah.
Millions of people are out of job. Fathers with 4 kids to support can't support that. Babies, parents, kids with moms that have, they're 85 and in the hospital. So they just have to understand with people on food stamps and unemployment, who cares? I'm sorry, but even the average regular player, 540,000 is still 540,000. Even if that gets cut over 220,000, so you cannot give me your sympathy. Blake Snell would make around $2.5 million.
I think he makes 10 actually.
Yeah, he does. He makes 10. He makes 10.
10 million. Yeah, 10 million.
Yeah.
So it's just
Is he still?
they have to realize what's important and just help the world, man. Give us baseball. Be good guys. Be better than the owners. People think the owners are not going to give, so you give. Be better than them.
Absolutely. Nathan, your thoughts?
No, I was gonna say that obviously Blake Snell. Isn't he still on his rookie deal, or he signed?
No, he got an extension last offseason. He got an extension last offseason.
He signed 5 for 50.
Okay.
Yeah, he got 5 from 50 from the Rays.
So I don't know what he was talking about. Not playing on a reduced salary. He got his money, man. Just don't worry about not playing on a reduced salary. Just my opinion on this. The players. The only way we're gonna get baseball back is if the players. This will come down to the players obviously agreeing with this deal. So I feel like the owners, like Nick said, I agree with Nick. The owners will definitely have the leverage here, where they're going to obviously with the money. So I feel like that the players somehow need to come up with their own deal or just agree to this, because there's no the only way we're going to get baseball if somehow the players agree to this deal.
They're not going to agree to this one.
No, I know. So that's why they need to come up with their own plan and all come not like
back
all
to the owners and see if they'll accept it. Exactly.
Yes, I think the other thing that people are missing is the fact that it's baseball is a regional market, and you need to also put the money through the networks that they're giving. Like the Yankees have SNY, the Yankees have the Yes Network, the Mets have SNY. So you need to find a way to divvy your regional network money and try to split that amongst the players as well. Because you have to remember, there's not going to be fans this year, likely in all sports.
Out to the Dodgers because without the fans, we're taking.
And they're losing 640,000 a game without fans. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is insane. Now back to football. Obviously, guys.
Bobby, you gotta ask Bobby's take on it.
Oh yeah, sorry, Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby, I gotta ask Bobby's take. Sorry, Bobby, your take on
No,
this.
it's okay. It's okay. I'm with you guys. I think the owners are going to win, but the players have to come to a compromise. Listen, guys who are making 10, 20, even $30 million a year, listen, man, for 1 year, you're going to really harp over not making that. There's people nowadays who, like Nick said, don't have jobs right now.
Yeah.
You got to come to a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
If you love the game of baseball, and if all what Blake Snell said, you know what that showed me? That shows me all he cares about is this. He cares about the money. He doesn't care about the team, and he doesn't. And honestly, from another thing I got from that is that if he really cared, he doesn't want to play. If he really cared, you know what? If that was me, I'd be like, you know what? I want to play. Listen, we'll come up with the money. And listen, when things go back to normal next year, fine. I just want to play. I want to go out there. There's so many players right now who just want to get back on the diamond and just play.
Well,
and
the
money when money gets involved, when politics get involved, it just takes away from the game. And I hate
talking about this stuff. I really do.
Yeah. I think we all could agree that we all wish that it was easy. Listen, we're playing. This is our plan. We want to June 1st. We want to do a spring training, bring you back, and then in June 10th, and then July 1st, between July 1st and July 4th, let's get baseball started. Are you in or are you out? That's the way I feel. I wish it would be like that, but it's just crazy, man.
I think the biggest thing that people have to understand is that if you had we been knowing about this, so we would have had a contingency plan. This is obviously new. We didn't know. But the best thing to do is listen, this for all sports, because football's luckily, because football, this happened during the off season. But for baseball, for basketball, for hockey, I'm like, all right, listen, we're not going to shut down. We're going to take precautions. If someone tests positive, which is likely, have them self-isolated.
Yep.
Let them get well. And then when you come back, then we can start playing. You don't have, because someone is going to test positive.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, it's going to happen. Absolutely.
It's 100% guaranteed that someone is going to test positive. But what you have to do is make sure that once somebody does test positive, you put them in quarantine, you make sure that they get well, and then you retest them again, so this way they don't spread to anybody else. That's what you have to do.
The MLB has that plan set. That's what people don't get. People are freaking out about the health and stuff, but they have a 67-page manual how they're going to handle this. Mm-hmm. And they addressed the things you did, and they said they're going to self-quarantine, and they'll test all the people around them to make sure they don't have it. There's nothing else you can really do because there's going to be positive tests. And also what Blake Snell said really quick, I'm not going to drag on with this, but he was saying he doesn't want to play because it's not safe, and he thinks it's not right for him to take a pay cut and risk playing in this. But the way he said it and it came across was just really poorly executed. It didn't come off well to me either. That's all I have on that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Before we get to the football point, I have a question for all of you guys. Hold on. It's for baseball, but I had Alana Rizzo on recently, a Dodgers reporter. So I brought up this question to her about Mookie Betts and depending on how long this thing goes and depending how much games they play, this is what I asked her. Do you think Mookie Betts will end up leaving after this year, or do you think he will stay in LA? So for all of you guys, what do you think will happen with Mookie Betts this year, depending on the season? Because I feel like Mookie Betts obviously has the upper hand here. So what do you guys think?
Nick, go first.
It just depends, because no matter how you look at it, he's really getting robbed of the full LA experience. So, he's not living the typical West Coast lifestyle right now. And the Dodgers are getting hosed no matter what on the field, because They gave up Alex Verdugo, who's going to be a very great outfielder. So they're not going to get 600 at bats from Mookie Betts. You know, if he doesn't get hurt, they might get 250 to 310.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to look at it as, you know what? First of all, what are the Dodgers going to do? If they have a lengthy postseason run, whether they win or not, he might want to stay.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they got to look for, what are they going to offer me? Do I want 8? Do I want 10? Do I want 300? Will I get 300? I would think 8 to 275 is the starting point.
Okay.
I would think that's the starting
I
point.
think he actually turned
And
down 10.
it also depends on how he hit. They didn't hit that great last year, so it just, you know, they got to see.
All right, Julian, your thoughts.
Yeah, so I was saying, I think he turned down 10 for 300 from Boston. I heard that they offered that. He didn't want it, so it might take more than that. I think that he ends up staying. I think the Dodgers are he's gonna realize that it's a great place to win. The Dodgers have money. I think they'll make him a very good offer. Could someone top it? Sure. But here's the thing. Wherever he goes is gonna be whoever pays him the most money. That's all it comes down to with this stuff. The winning and all that stuff is great, but if the Padres offer him $40 million more, he's going to the Padres.
Of course.
Of course. Bobby, your thoughts.
He's going he hit the nail right in the head. He's going to go to the highest bidder.
Oh, man.
He literally, whoever offers him the most money, I don't care what anyone says, whoever offers that man the bag, that's where he's going.
Yes. Yes. Honestly, I agree with Bobby. I agree with you, man. Listen, Mookie has a championship.
Yeah.
He got a championship in 2018. He got a title.
He's got a ring.
He's gonna go where to get the bag, man.
He's gonna secure that bag.
Like Michael K says, get your bag. He's gonna go where the bag is at. So if the Marlins offered him a 12-year deal, he's gonna take his talents to South Beach.
Absolutely.
Like hell yeah. It's all about Nick. You have to understand. There are two things that players play for: accomplishments and championships and money.
Yeah.
Mookie got his ring. Now
He wants to get paid now.
So
Wants
if
that paper.
So if a crappy organization like the Padres, the Marlins, the Orioles, whoever wants to give him the bag, he's gonna get the bag. Absolutely. He wants the bag. Listen, Bryce Harper signed with the Phillies. The Phillies underachieved. Mike Trout stayed with the Angels. The Angels ain't going nowhere.
I feel so bad for Mike Trout.
Players either get their championship or get the bag. Mookie Betts got his ring. He's gonna get the bag. He's gonna get your bag, B.
He's gonna secure it.
He's gonna secure the bag. Now back with football here. Now obviously we anticipate that football is gonna start this year.
Right.
Now I'm gonna ask everyone here, AFC only. We all know the Chiefs are the favorite, and we know the Ravens are right behind them. Which AFC team, not named the Chiefs, not named the Ravens, could make an upset in the AFC to ruin the Chiefs-Ravens potential super AFC championship picture? Which AFC team could ruin that?
That's a good question.
Bobby, your football, I'm going to start with you.
That is a very, very good question, bro.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm going to tell you this right now in the AFC. So, as we all know, I would say if the Patriots had Tom Brady, I would have said Patriots right now, of course. I'm going to tell you this. I hate to say this too. I really think the Bills could be that team.
It hurts.
Ooh.
The Bills' defense is scary. That offense got better.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I'm going to tell you this. Here's the thing. Their success is on one guy, Josh Allen. If that man is missing wide open receivers by 10 to 15 yards like he does, what's up?
Which he's known for.
Yep, which he's known for. And he did in college all the time.
Yes, he did.
They're in trouble. But here's the thing. If Josh Allen gets it together and he's hitting his receivers in stride, he's an assassin when he extends the play. That guy is scary with his legs.
Yes, he is.
We've all seen it.
Yes.
If he gets that together, that Bills team, you better watch out because they could surprise people.
Nick, which AFC team not named the Chiefs or the Ravens can pull an upset?
Well, since I'm that guy and I say F the rules, I'm going to say 0, and I'm going to say the Super Bowl champions will either be the Saints or the Buccaneers.
Oh, come on. No.
Oh, wow.
No.
He said AFC.
No one.
AFC only.
Oh, well. I go outside the rules.
Well, since
will be the Ravens and Chiefs in the title game. We all know this. The Texans are not going to get it done. The Bills are not going to get it done. Whoever else, the Colts is not going to get it done.
Hey,
Ravens, Chiefs,
yes.
and I'll bet any amount of money. But the Chiefs will lose to the Buccaneers or the Saints.
now, Julian, since Nick doesn't want to be that guy, you answer the question: which team not named the Chiefs or the Ravens could pull an upset in the AFC?
All right, so I'd love to say Jets, but I'm not going to be biased here. I love the Bills pick, but I'm going to give you another one for fun here. Titans. Why not Titans run it back?
Okay.
Well,
That's a good pick. I like that. Yep.
Nathan, go.
I'm going to say the Denver Broncos.
I like that.
That's
Oh.
a sleeper team.
Here's why. No,
That's a
here's why.
sleeper team.
Here's why. Here's why. Listen. No, here's why.
That's a lot to ask from Drew Lock, though.
No. Yeah. Here's why. Because they have weapons now with Noah Fant,
Jerry Judy.
Jerry Judy,
Jared Judy,
Ken
Cortland Sutton.
Hamler from Penn State. They're another
I forgot they have him. Wow.
and then you have Cortland Sutton, and you have Melvin Gordon. They signed during.
Oh my God! Look at and Philip Lindsay.
Yeah, and their defense is stacked with Von Miller, and you have Bradley
Nick Chubb.
Bradley Chubb or something.
Bradley Chubb. You're right.
Yeah,
They did lose Chris Harris though. Their secondary has some work, but I think they'll be.
yeah,
all
but
right.
no, I'm telling you, man, watch out for the Broncos. They're a sleeper in the AFC, and I feel like Drew Lock has no excuse now. He has all the weapons that he wants, and kudos to their front office
John Elway.
because John Elway knows his stuff. And Melvin Gordon, watch out for Melvin Gordon. I think he's gonna be a perfect fit for that offense. So
I want to lean towards the Bills because their defense is stout. But honestly, yeah, Bobby, I'm gonna have to go with you. I have to go with Bobby on this one. The Bills' defense is just so good. They're so scary up front, man. The key is Josh Allen. If Josh Allen can get it together, they had a good draft, they had a good free agency.
Yes, they did.
I think the Bills could be one of those teams. Now, flip over to the NFC. Nick obviously believes it's going to be the Saints.
Real quick question. Thought. Do you guys trust Tannehill or Josh Allen more in a big spot?
Oh
Josh
God.
Wow.
Allen.
Wow.
Josh
Oh
Allen.
God.
Wow. Josh Allen or
Josh
Ryan Tannehill? I probably would have to go Tannehill because at least he got to a
Oh, yeah, I guess,
championship
yeah.
game.
Tannehill, right? Yeah.
Tannehill. Now, NFC.
Remember, in the wild card game, Tannehill made that big third down throw.
Yes, he did.
Take away that 3rd and 15, the Titans don't
Yeah.
score again.
I
And
agree.
Allen self-destructed in his playoff game, so you just made my point for me.
Now sticking with the NFC. Nick obviously believes that's going to be the Saints-Bucks NFC Championship game. Assuming that is, which team in the NFC can upset that? Julian, start with you.
This is easy. 49ers. How are we forgetting about the 49ers so quickly? I mean, they still got everything going there. They get Kinlaw. They get another receiver. They lose Sanders. Which receiver did they pick up? It was the shifty guy, I think, in the slot. It was
They got Ayuk.
Ayuk. There we go.
Ayuk is good.
To replace Sanders, Kinlaw to replace Buckner. I mean, that team is still loaded. I don't see – the only question with them is Jimmy G. That's the only problem they have.
And their head coach.
And their head
And
coach
their head coach.
holding on to a lead in the Super Bowl. He obviously can't seem to do that either. But could they get there again? I don't see why not.
Nick, do you believe that the 49ers could upset either the Saints or the Bucks?
I don't want them to. Because if they do that, and Patrick Mahomes gets the second ring. I don't want that. No. All right? I'm trying to be difficult, James. Deal with it. It's the Buccaneers and Saints title game. Deal with it.
All right. Bobby?
It's not that. It's going to be a battle of one-hit wonders of Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes. All right? That's what it's going to be. And people need to stop the Patrick Mahomes train, all
Oh, come on.
That is crazy.
Look, guys, have I even mentioned Mahomes once this
Nick,
entire?
No, you haven't.
Nick, you're better than this. Come on.
Yeah, you're better than this.
I know he was thinking. I could tell by the laugh. And
Was I even, guys? Did I even mention Mahomes once at all?
Oh, I didn't hear you stop his
No,
name one
not
time.
once.
You know, when you throw up Chiefs and Ravens, you didn't even mention his name.
I didn't even mention his name. But, Bobby, same question. NFC, do you believe the 49ers can be that team that can upset the Saints or the Bucks?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That team is still stacked. But the one still stacked, their defense, they lost Buckner. They replace him with Kinlaw. They lose Emmanuel Sanders. Okay, we'll go out and get Brandon Ayuk. It's literally replacing old veteran players with young blood. I think they're going to be just fine. Their success, as Julian said, rides on Jimmy Garoppolo. Well, when the going got tough again in the Super Bowl, we all saw
Yes, we
it did not go well.
No, it did
And
not.
Another thing with that is the defense. We saw Richard Sherman get exposed in the Super Bowl, didn't we, fellas?
Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, we did.
We got to see how that defense, how the secondary gets back to it. But I will say this. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Brady and Gronkowski and that offense that team is going from one of the worst last year to arguably one of the best in football because of Tom Brady. You're going to see this team do things you haven't seen them do ever. It's going to be different. But in my opinion, I think the Saints are better than the Buccaneers right now. I'm sorry, they are. And until I see it, I'm riding with the Saints. I know the Saints can't get past that hump of going to the Super Bowl. But listen, this Saints team is consistent. We all know Drew Brees is not what he used to be. And in my opinion, I'm sorry, guys, to be biased. At 42 years old, Tom Brady's playing better than Drew Brees right now.
I can agree with that. Especially because if you look at how Drew Brees, the last two playoff games, the losses have been on him. That championship game, despite the fact that that awful PI call, he had a chance. He had the ball in overtime. He driving down the field. He threw a pick. So Drew Brees has not been playing that well when it mattered the most. I do believe it's the 49ers, in my opinion. I think the 49ers are still that team. Like you guys just mentioned, they lose pieces, they upgraded. The defense is still stout. The offense is still good. Joe Staley retired. You replace him with Trent Williams. Mm-hmm. So the team is still good. Again, it comes down to, can Jimmy G take them over the hump? And I think that's the question. Nathan, same question, NFC.
I know where he's going.
Here's the thing. I want to say my Cowboys, so I'm going to say my Dallas Cowboys. I feel like well, listen,
boy.
No, I got two teams though. I got two more teams that can compete with the Chiefs and Saints.
Even the Saints and the Bucks.
Yeah, Saints and the Bucks. But my Cowboys for sure, because we improved this offseason. We got a better defense. We have a new head coach, new regime, a talented receiver in the draft. We have the running game. We have other weapons, Cooper. And then I feel like we're up there in the echelon. But my other team would be the Seahawks. Obviously, they're always
okay. Really good pick. I like that.
They played the 49ers tough. They played the 49ers very tough.
And then the other team, here's the Minnesota Vikings. I feel like they can still.
Okay.
Huh?
I never trust Kirk Cousins.
No, I know.
I just can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't.
And he just got paid again. I don't understand why they keep giving that guy the bag. I don't get it.
Now, guys. Now we're gonna go around division winners. I know it's early, but we're gonna call this our way too early division winners in the NFL. We're gonna start with Julian. Who's gonna win the AFC? Who's gonna win the AFC East, North, South, and West? Go.
You know what? Jet up, baby. Gotta pick my guys. I'm not gonna go with Bills. Jets are winning.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
Jets win the East. Who wins the North?
North, Ravens, of course.
South,
I'm going Titans.
And West.
West Chiefs.
Nick, who wins the AFC East, South, North, and West?
Bills, Ravens, Colts, Chiefs.
Bobby, same question.
I'm going with the Ravens in the North, the Chiefs, the Bills, and I'm going to go with the I'm actually going to go with the Tennessee Titans.
Nathan, same question.
Bills, Ravens, Colts, and the Chiefs.
I'm going to go with the Bills, Ravens, Titans, and Chiefs.
Yep.
All right, guys, pick 3 teams that can represent the AFC in the wild card. Bobby, go.
Okay, teams that could represent in the wild card. I'm going to go with so you know what? I'm going to go with the Broncos,
Okay.
and I'm going to go with the Colts.
And it's 3 teams. So
And
there's
3
a third.
teams. You're right. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. And I'm going to go with the you know what? I'm going to go with the Jets.
Hey,
Nick, same question. 3 wild card teams now.
Titans.
Okay.
Browns.
Ooh.
Oh!
Okay.
Okay.
And I guess just to make, Julian happy, the New York Jets.
I'm gonna go. I'm going to
Jets,
go
Jets,
with.
Jets.
I'm gonna go with the Browns.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Broncos, and to make Julian happy, the Jets.
We're all jetting up today. Let's go.
Julian, go.
Okay, I got Browns as well. I like that pick from you guys. I'm going to put Indy in the mix and Bills.
Nathan.
All right. Jets, Broncos, and Browns.
Yes, we're all go. I love it. You guys got my back today.
Now we're flipping over to the NFC. Nick, start off. Who wins the divisions?
Remind me of the teams in each division. I'm not so sure.
Cowboys, Giants, and Skins are in
Come
the
on, Nick.
East.
Cowboys.
Okay, the North has the Packers, Lions, and Vikings, and Bears.
Packers.
The South has all the South teams, Brady,
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. The West has the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
All right, Bobby, go.
Okay, I'm going to go with the West. I'm going to go with the 49ers. North, I'm going to go Packers. East, I'm going to go with Dallas. And
Yes.
South,
Let's go.
I'm going to go with the Saints.
Ooh, Julian, go.
Okay, so East, I'm going Cowboys. I'm with you, Nathan. The winner switches every year, and last year was Eagles, so this year I'm going back to Cowboys. NFC North, I'm going to surprise you guys, and especially since I just talked crap about it, Vikings. I don't like what's going on today. I think we're going to take a step back, and it's going to be an ugly situation with Rodgers. In the South, I have to go Saints. I just can't go against them at this point until I see something different.
Yeah.
In the West, I'm going with the 49ers. If you want me to bang my wildcard teams, I can, but I think you want him to do divisions still. So.
Divisions. I will go. This pains me, but I'm going to have to go with the Cowboys on this
Okay.
one.
Yes.
It hurts. It hurts, but I have to go with the Cowboys. I'm
Cowboys are
realistic.
better than the Eagles.
They are. They're clearly better. The North, I'm going to have to go with the Vikings because I think the Packers are going to take a step back. I think that Rodgers situation is going to get
Yep.
nasty. It's
You're
going to
on
get
par
big.
with me. Awesome.
The South, I know the Buccaneers are the sexy pick, but until the Saints get taken down, I'm going to go
Yep.
with the Saints.
Yeah.
In the West,
Absolutely.
I'm going to go with the 49ers. Nathan, go.
How about them Cowboys? Let's go. Cowboys, NFC East. I'm going to say the Lions for the North.
Whoa!
Ooh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
very
Why?
unorthodox. I like it, Nathan. Big take right there.
The West, I got to go with the Seahawks.
Okay.
And then what is it, South or it was South?
South.
Right? I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Now,
Okay.
everyone, wild card team. Nick, who are your 3 wild card teams in the NFC? Cardinals.
Vikings.
Okay.
And
No.
who else is in the Central?
You got
Falcons in there.
you got the Falcons. You got the Falcons. You got the
Lions.
You got the Lions, you got the Bears. In the East, you got the Eagles. And in the West, you got the Seahawks. And you got the 49ers.
Give me the Eagles.
Eagles, all right.
All right.
Fair. Julian, wildcard teams, go.
All right, I have Falcons, Bucks, and I'm gonna surprise you guys with this one. I had it in my head. The Packers missed the playoffs. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I gotta think quickly. Okay, and Seahawks. There we go. So Seahawks, Falcons, Saints. Got it.
Bobby, go.
Okay, I'm going to go with Buccaneers. I'm going Buccaneers, Vikings, and Seahawks.
Okay.
Nathan, go.
49ers, Buccaneers, and then okay, you want to hear outside of the box?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Panthers.
Panthers. Ooh.
Whoa, they've been going
I
crazy
got-
with the Lions
I
and
got-
Panthers.
I got the Seahawks, Buccaneers. Boy, I really hate going with this team, but I have to give this team their due. The Eagles are such a bad team, but I'm gonna have to say the Eagles on this
The
one.
Falcons go for Eagles, bro. Come on, put the Falcons in.
The problem is the Eagles are still better constructed than the Falcons
Nah.
are. It's hard. That's why I was flipping back and forth between the Eagles and the Falcons. Which team, who do you think out of this draft? And I gotta ask Bobby this question because Bobby would know this. So Bobby follows the draft pretty well, and he's very good with college prospects. Do you think CeeDee Lamb can win Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Yeah,
Yep.
I do. I
I
really
think
do.
so.
I think that the fact that he fell to the Cowboys at 17, that's crazy because he should have went higher than that. Cowboys
Go.
got a stud for a long time. This offense needed somebody like him, and they're going to love it. He's going
He's
to be a
good.
star in this.
The next-
Nick, does
the next
CeeDee
DeAndre-
Lamb win? Does CeeDee Lamb win Offensive Rookie of the Year?
I'll go with Jerry Judy.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay. I probably would go with CeeDee Lamb on the count of they're going to be throwing more,
Yeah.
and the fact that Mike McCarthy's offense is going to be pass heavy.
Yes.
So and I think because he's going to be in the slot, he's going to be getting more targets. He's going to get a lot of mismatches. I think CeeDee Lamb is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year just over Judy. Now, guys, who's your defensive?
Wait, I didn't
Rookie of
pick
the Year?
yet. I got Joe
Sorry.
Burrow.
Go.
I got Joe
I
Burrow.
forgot Julian. Joe
Joe
Burrow? Oh, come on. Hot take. I think Joe Burrow is going to be a bust.
Oh, okay.
I think Joe Burrow is going to be a bust. I think because he's in a bad situation. I don't
He is.
trust Cincinnati. Cincinnati is the place where quarterbacks die. I think
Yes.
Joe Burrow is going to flame out in the next 3 years. I don't think Joe Burrow has the same hype as everyone is claimed to be.
And we
Who's
all
your
know
guys-
he didn't want to go there. He's really mad
Oh,
he's
hell no.
there.
Oh, no.
I
Who's
got,
your guys'
I got
defensive rookie of the year?
obviously I got CeeDee Lamb winning Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Of course. That's what I'm not going to ask you. Of course you got CD winning. Bias. Who's your defensive rookie of the year?
Defensive. What's his name?
I'm going to go Jeff Okuda.
Jeff Okuda.
I'm
Nice.
You know who I'm going? I'm going with Xavier McKinney from the Giants.
Attaboy! Boy!
Because this guy is a stud, and I'm surprised he fell to the second round. And
Nick, defensive rookie of the year.
Kuda.
Okuda.
There we go.
Julian.
My man.
I'm gonna go with Simmons. I think he's gonna kill it with the
Oh,
Cardinals.
there's a good one.
oh, that's
Y'all know who I'm going with. You know
Kenny,
who I'm
baby.
going. Y'all know who I'm going with. X gonna give it to him. The fact that Xavier McKinney fell this far is insane. Now, we're going to go into the NBA. I know we don't really talk a lot about the NBA, but we're going to do it for this purposes only. The NBA looks like it's going to be closer to returning. So I got to ask everyone this. When the NBA returns, they're going to likely go into the postseason. Is this the year LeBron James wins it? And if so, are you guys rooting for LeBron to win it this year? Nathan, go.
Here, yeah, I'm going to say LeBron wins it this year. But here's the thing: the team that can really upset the Lakers here will be the Clippers. Obviously, all of us want to see a Clippers-Lakers Western Conference Finals, right? So that's
Yes. Yes.
So I feel like if that happens, I think the Clippers can give the Lakers a hand because obviously the Clippers have Kawhi and Paul George, and so I do say LeBron wins. the championship this year. Only if they will. But the only concern is the Clippers will have decent chance to beat the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. But I do say LeBron wins it this year, though.
Nick, same question. Do the Lakers win it this year?
Hell no.
Who you got?
First of all, give me Kawhi over LeBron any day of the week. Give it to me. And give me Paul George over Mr. Unibrow.
No, absolutely not. I'll take Davis over George anytime, any situation.
And also, people have to remember, this is LeBron's only opportunity because next year it will be dub season and they will take names and they will beat everybody in their mother.
Julian, same question.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to actually say, yeah, I think he gets it done. I think it's meant to be. It's destiny. Everything for Kobe Bryant, all that. It's going to fall into place.
Say the same
I think you're going to see Lakers, Bucks in the finals still, as I've been thinking from all along. I'm going to stick with it. They're the two best teams, in my opinion. Clippers are going to be tough. I can see it being a 7-game series. Kawhi Leonard's an animal, and LeBron struggles with him. But I think they're going to find a way because Davis is a lot better than Paul George. I can't believe you actually thought you would take George instead. But Davis is going to be the difference to me.
Bobby, same question.
I think that it's the same thing Julian said with Kobe. I was going to say that too. I think it's fate for Kobe. I think that you want to see the Lakers win in his honor. But the one thing is the Bucks can really surprise. I really do think that the Bucks can really push them. It's not going to be easy. The Bucks are an amazing basketball team, and the Greek Freak, when he goes off Giannis, there's no stopping him.
No.
I truly think that this is the Lakers' time this year. I know the Clippers are a tough matchup, especially with Kawhi, and they're better. They're a better all-around team. But I think it's just too much the winning for Kobe in his honor.
Yep.
I just think because I think it's fate. I think it's fate that they win it this year. I really think that if the Lakers don't win it now, I think Nick says is when the Dubs get healthy and they add another star, the Dubs are going to be the Dubs are going to be back. The Splash Bros are going to be back.
Is not a free agent after this season. Giannis is after 2021. Giannis ain't free yet. You have to wait 2 years for that.
That's still, I think if Giannis doesn't stay with the Bucks, I think he goes to Golden State. I think it's
Knicks, come on, baby, let's get a star. Knicks, fucking step up.
If he goes to Golden State, oh my God.
Let's go, Knicks.
Now, guys, I got some news to drop into you about the hockey front. I know like hockey is kind of my avenue, so I got some news. Yes, I got some news to drop for you guys.
One thing for baseball too before we go, but go ahead.
Yeah, we are. Quick hockey news, and we're gonna go back to baseball. So what's going on, guys?
Breaking news.
We have breaking news. The NHL and the Players Association are close to an agreement to come back to playing as early as the end of next month.
Hey!
And it's going to be a 24-team playoff, which means the Rangers would make the playoffs.
Yes.
The New York Rangers would indeed make the playoffs. So Julian, congratulations. I know you haven't been to a Ranger game until this year. So I want to give Julian the congratulations. Your New York Rangers will indeed make the playoffs. Same with you, Nathan. The Rangers will qualify for the playoffs.
Well,
so
I've been to this year wasn't my first game. It was my first in a while. I've been to a half.
I know, but I'm just saying though, like, but now it's like you get to see greatness at the Garden. You haven't been to a Garden. Every time you go to Garden, the Knicks stink. Now you're seeing a young upcoming team. So Julian, the Rangers will indeed qualify for the playoffs. So I just want to throw that.
Where did you see this on Twitter? I'm gonna look for it.
This was on the group chat, and this was from the NHL and the PA. They're close. There's no official agreement, but they're close. It's on ESPN. They're close. There's still hurdles that need to be jumped through, especially with the Canadian border, but they're close. They're getting close. As a 24 team, you can look it up. It's a 24. Go on ESPN. It's a 24 team. They're talking about 24 team playoff. The Rangers would indeed qualify.
Oh wow!
So Julian, you want to talk MLB? So let's flip it over to Julian. He wants to talk some MLB. and then we'll wrap this up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just want to see like how you guys are feeling with the Yankees lineups and who your guys' last cuts would be with the 30-man roster because I'm curious what your takes are.
Go for it.
I put together a few different lineups. Like I think hold on, I gotta get it quickly, but I have it. Like my first one I'm putting together is without Hicks and Judge because I think that's the reality of the situation. Hicks I actually think will play before Judge does, believe it or not. I think Hicks
so too.
ends up getting back before he does. He's showing way more progress at this point, and they said June and July was realistic. So I think that's how that's going to be. So I would bat DJ first. Brett Gardner, I hate doing this, but I have to put him second because we need to break up the righties and the lefties. Personally, I prefer Tauchman, but I know how the Yankees think. Gardner is going to be batting second, but they're high up there potentially before they come back. Then I have Stan hitting third, Torres 4. You can flip-flop that however you want. Sanchez 5, Voit 6. I have Tauchman 7. Andujar DHing batting 8th, and I have Urshela at 9th at third base.
I would agree. Nick, you heard the lineup. Would you go with that?
I would do Gardner, then LeMahieu, then Stanton, then Sanchez, then Voit, Talkman.
Okay. All right.
Glaber, and then whoever else is left.
All right. Fair. Bobby, your thoughts?
One thing, I do like that lineup the way it is. The only thing I would do is I would actually, call me crazy, I would bat Glaber 5th and put Voit 6th. That's what I would do. The only difference.
Nathan.
I agree with Julian. I think that's a really good lineup there, and obviously I would put you know what I'll do? I'll move up. I'll put Glaber Torres third though, and then move Stanton to probably to 6, and then put Sanchez over Stanton.
Interesting.
I probably would keep it the way Julian is. I mean, you could probably flip-flop between Stanton and Torres. I think I put Stanton. The reason why I would keep Stanton third is because you want to protect Glaber. I feel like if Stanton is, and also if Stanton is what we think he is, then you're gonna have basically Stanton be a power hitter, which will ultimately help out the other hitters before and after him because then he'll have to see some nasty stuff, and Glaber can always get like the easy stuff for the hit. So I really think that lineup is pretty good. I think ultimately it comes down to this: the Yankees every team is going to be rusty. I think we all know that every single major league team is going to be rusty. They haven't been like at their own training facilities. Although we heard that the Marlins are going to be opening their training facility very, very soon. That's what we heard. So I think when it's all said and done, I think that that's probably the lineup that I would go with. So guys, any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
I just want to say, who you guys think makes the cut? Who's your extra 4 guys with the roster? I have Ben Heller, I have Rosel Herrera, I have Tyro Estrada, and I think Jonathan Holzer. Because the way I'm breaking it down is 15 pitchers, 15 hitters.
Wait, Julian, what was the first one?
I have Ben Heller.
Oh, Ben Heller. Okay.
Projected to make the bullpen with this new mix-up, and then you heard the rest of them, I think, right?
Yeah.
I probably would go Heller, Herrera, wow. I probably would go. Ooh, that's tough. Who else?
I put in Tyro. I put in Holder.
I'll go Herrera, Holder, Tyro, and listen. I don't care what y'all say. I've been on his train since day one.
Put Clark in there. Put him in there.
Smith. I have been, Julian can tell you this. I have been on his train since day one. Clark Schmidt, put him in the bullpen. Let's go. Nick, your thoughts.
I would do a third catcher, Tyro, and then 2 relievers.
All right, Bobby?
I'm going to James, everything you said, I actually agree with. I agree with
Hell
you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nathan?
I agree. I would say Herrera, Holder, Heller, and obviously you want Clark Schmidt is a stud too, so put him in there. And yeah, I agree.
Guys, this has been the greatest podcast.
We did it, guys.
Woo!
We did it.
Guys, this has been great.
Yo,
I can't believe we did this special 5-man podcast. This will be uploaded. This will be uploaded soon. I hope everyone takes a look at it, guys. Tomorrow morning, Nathan the Great, keep doing your thing. GNT Sports, keep doing your thing. We at the Sports Dude, we're gonna keep doing our thing. We can't stop. We won't stop. We never will stop. This is no competition. We're gonna keep striving for greatness. And
sorry, go ahead.
And the one thing all of us have in common, we may have different football teams, but one thing that we have in common, all of us love our New York Yankees. So let's get that 28, baby.
Put them all in right there. Put it in.
Put it in. Let's go.
Okay. Before we go, we should do our closing advertisements.
Let's go, Jules. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So
GT Sports Talk. We got GT Sports Talk too at Twitter and Instagram. And then if you want YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, you do GNT Sports Talk with the acronym. Me and Bobby got you covered, baseball and football. We've been having tons of guests, as you just saw here. We've been doing a million crossovers these days.
Got a lot more.
Everyone keep listening. We appreciate it. And we have the content you're looking for.
Yes.
We here at the sport. You can catch me and Nick. We are at These Sports Dudes. If you want to catch my special IG shows for the show, you can follow me at the Dark Knight 025. We got tons of guests coming. We're still gonna hit it with more guests coming real soon. So we talk all things sports, from baseball to basketball to football. And who knows? Maybe sometimes I get on Nick's nerves. Who knows?
Yeah.
But please catch us. We're killing it. We're not done. We just had over 1,000 listeners. We want more people to listen. Please, we're gonna keep doing it. We have another big show lineup for you guys real soon. We got more guests coming. So yes, check us out at These Sports Dude. Available at Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, the whole deal. Nick, you want to add to that?
Instagram, the Sports Dude 28. Twitter, SportsD247337772. And just like James said, he truly does get on my nerves, and it truly is on purpose. But there's no other better person that I would like to do this with. And for anybody who this is what any of us do, what all 5 of us do, how about this? It's like the losers who do Twitch. Stop watching someone do something and do it yourself. Mm-hmm. Don't knock Bobby and Julian for working hard and because they're smarter than you and better than you. Don't knock me because people don't like me and you gotta go and protect them because they're your friend. Be an individual. Okay, think for yourselves. Don't be a joiner.
Yep. Nathan, your closing remarks. Where can people follow you in your show?
All right, so you can find me on Twitter, Champagne Yankee, on Instagram, Champagne Yankee Fitness _ and then I'm currently working on my next week's schedule. So I'm currently reaching out to people, and people are reaching out. Actually, people are reaching out to me now on LinkedIn and everywhere to come on my show. So I'm currently working on that. And tomorrow, please tune in tomorrow. I got MMA fighter coming on at 4 p.m. I got Chris Canty coming on, Marcela Reyes. I got Taylor Biscotti coming on tomorrow from NFL Network. So I got a lot of things coming in the fold. So I'll be posting constantly posting my content. And again, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, even YouTube. Nathan Ramachandra on YouTube. So.
And also, guys, tune in tomorrow. GNT has a big announcement. We don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But tomorrow, GNT Sports got a big, huge announcement, and they got a very big guest. Tune into GNT tomorrow. Guys, this has been fun. Yep. This has been great. We'll definitely got to do this again real soon.
So I'm really looking forward to posting this stuff tomorrow. And by the way, who's you guys gonna be who's gonna be editing?
Bobby is gonna send me the file. Okay. I'm gonna do the edits. I'll send you the edits once it's done.
Okay.
And then we can rock with that. Another thing I want to add, my personal Twitter, Julian Gallardi 1, Instagram, Julian Gallardi 11, if you guys want to find my personal stuff.
And also follow me at my personal on Twitter
Yep.
at Black Rebirth 52.
Yep.
Follow me on Instagram at the Dark Knight 025. And if you want Facebook, obviously I'm James Celestin. So yeah, so if you see me on IG, I have IG shows reeling with the Sports Dude content. And again, as Nick says, even though I get on his nerves and I do it purposely, there is no other person I'd rather do this podcast with than my brother Nick. All of us here, this is not just competition. This is family. All of us here are family. So until next time, we'll do it again real soon.
Bobby's got to get his followers out there too.
Bobby, go ahead.
So my personal Twitter is bthompson81. My Instagram is bobbythompson81. My Facebook is Bobo Thompson. I will add it this. We're all family here. We're all supporting each other. There's no beef anywhere. I love you all. And I will say this, and I say it publicly. There's nobody who I'd rather do a podcast with than this guy right here, Julian, who's not only my best friend, my brother in my wedding. This kid is blood. He's family to me. He's been with me through everything. And there's nobody I'd rather share this moment with than this guy. So,
Thank you so much. I have to echo the same thoughts as well. There's no one else I'd rather have on the podcast as you. We're just a perfect combo. We got the baseball, we got the football. Everything works out great. We got so much more stuff coming on. The two things I'm talking about, we got to see what's up. The one tomorrow is actually this video. That's what
it's this one.
Is. No one knows that. That's what tomorrow is.
I was like, wait, what? What's going on?
The other two things Bobby knows about, but no one else does. And
that's
what I
was talking about.
I don't want to jinx it. So
all right,
fingers crossed,
that's
fellas.
What I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. I was talking about the one thing for tomorrow that no one knows. That was what I was talking about.
Right.
So, but I will say this though, like Julian, I gotta say this. For a person that we've spent the time in Florida with, there's no other vacation partner I want to spend it with than that guy over there, Julian Gallardi. We took over Tampa like it was nothing, and I can't wait to go back down with you again real soon, Bobby. Hopefully, if you're down in Tampa, by the time I'm down in Tampa, we'll definitely grab some drinks, assuming that they allow us. We'll definitely go. Nick, we'll definitely see each other in person soon. And Nathan, you, my friend, you were one of the first people. True fact, Nathan was one of the very first people I met from Yankees Twitter. He was the very, very first person I met at the Mark Sasso softball event a couple of years back. He was one of the first people I met. And I would say this, if it wasn't for Nathan, I probably wouldn't even have Twitter, and I probably wouldn't meet each and every one of you guys. So, guys, this has been a pleasure. We'll do this again real soon. For now, strive for excellence. Keep putting out content, and this ain't a competition.
No.
All of us are going to go big,
but listen,
especially all of us.
Yeah, so let me add one thing here. We all should post this at the same time tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we're doing this.
Yeah.
I'm going to set everything up. I'm going to let you guys know what's up. I'm going to let you guys know how it's all going to go down. I'm going to try to do it as fast as I possibly can. It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
My plan is that once I wake up tomorrow morning around 7 or 8, once I get to work, I want to drop this at like maybe 8, maybe 8:39, like 9 the latest. We got to get it out there early. We'll have it everywhere. Everyone's going to share it and retweet it. Like, we just got to blast this thing. Maybe we can even think about promoting it, depending how it does, to really get like a wider audience.
Absolutely.
I'll put a little promotion to start it and see like what happens with it.
And by the way, guys, if you want an example, please watch Alan Hahn on our show, especially Grilly giving Nick the business. Our favorite episode, giving Nick the business. That was great. But guys, we gotta go. Thanks for tuning in. This has been great.
Awesome. Yeah.
We're out of here, y'all. Take it easy.
I love all of you.
Love you all. Bless up.
Bless up. We out.
Let's go.
Family forever, guys.
Yep. Take care, y'all.
Peace out.
All right. See you guys.
Peace out.